Hey, what's up, gamer? Skelemystyk. As you may or may not yet know, the summer update has been released in test realm today. There is a lot of cool new information that I need to give to you guys. There's a lot of, I would say, pretty much cool new additions. There's a couple, three really good additions to this update, and I'm going to go ahead and cover them all. This video is going to be just a general bit of information about all the things. There's so much going on here that I'm going to have to split this up into a couple things, like, for instance, the new fishing quests and probably the new PvP actions and stuff like that. There is a lot going on in this update. I want to start with first things first, which is the changes to chat. Let me pop up a window here for you. As you can see, there's some new emojis and new icons up there. To find and use the new emojis, you'll come over here to the right-hand side of your chat. See that tiny little smiley face right there that's stuck in there? Pop that open, and it will give you various emojis for various facial expressions. It will give you shortcuts for saying the schools, for instance, balance, etc., etc., etc. Types of spells, sun spells, moon spells, and all that. Keys, gems, all sorts of little useful emojis to save you from spending time typing. This is for all you guys, well, not even all you guys, like me too, who really suck at typing. Guys, that's why I do voice videos, because I can't type 3 words without it looking like some Egyptian hieroglyphic chicken scratch that nobody can possibly read. So this kind of thing is really handy for me. Other changes in chat include favorites. Favorite phrases and favorite things that you say commonly will now be saved as tag chat, where you can, like, go to, for instance, you can go to your favorites here. And see, I don't have any favorites because I just started this, but stuff like this, phrases that you commonly say. Now, mind you, guys, you can't use your favorites to say, screw you, man, or bite me, dude, or things even worse than that. The favorites won't save that kind of stuff, but it will save phrases you commonly use, like, let's go farm Darkmoor, because, well, believe me, that's a commonly used phrase. I'm telling you. Alright? So there are a lot of new, excuse me, and good changes to chat that are very helpful as far as saving people from having to type. And that is me. The next general update that I want to bring you is the wonderful, and I do mean wonderful, changes to PvP. At last, guys. At last, we have entered the 4th age. I like to think of it as the enlightened age. No longer will people be able to very easily boost to the top of the leaderboards. They have put in a limit to boosting now. They say it's going to cut boosting out, but I don't think so because of the way they've engineered it. What they've done with boosting is now they've put sort of a battle timer limit into the system where you can't battle the same person over and over again, to where you could probably still PvP boost if you had the 20 accounts instead of 8, something along those lines. I'm not quite sure how long the timer is, but there is definitely a timer now where it's going to take a little bit longer for you to have to face the same person again, and that's going to help to lower that, to cut some of that boosting down a bit. At least I hope so. And if it doesn't really do that, it's at least going to make it a little more expensive for those guys to boost. It really is. So that's one of the advantages of PvP. There's another one as far as that opponent timer that I really want to address, and this one really applies to me too. If that applies for boosting, that will also apply with your 1v1 and 2v2 ranked matches, stuff like that. I know a lot of you guys, me too, it happened to me. Whenever I was going up the ranks trying to get my commander's gear, I had this one point where I fought the same guy 6 times or 7 times. And I won once or twice, but for the most part, he was really good. He had a really good strat, and he kept beating me down. I was 2 matches away from commander and getting my gear and stuff like that. I'd fight him, I'd go down to 4. I'd win 1, be back up to 3. I'd fight him again and be back down to 4. And that was really aggravating, really tiring. So with this new opponent timer, I'm thinking that's going to cut that out too, as well as a bunch of that boosting. And maybe it's going to make it a little bit easier for us to get to our rank naturally and normally without getting that guy who has his strat down cold, has his gear down cold, and just doesn't want to seem to let you advance. I swear. Okay, another change to PvP. There's been a lot of changes in this update to PvP. Is this little kiosk over here, the daily PvP kiosk. We are now going to get rewards for playing ranked PvP. Just like you do with Aegon stats, this is going to be on a day-to-day basis, and just like it does with Aegon stats, on day 5, 10, and 15, you'll get special rewards. There, just like that. Let's click that up. Day 5, 10, and 15, you will get treasure chest rewards, and from what I understand, this includes spells, like Lore Master. So maybe you're a young balance and maybe you want to do this and maybe you pop out a spell that would be amazing that you can't seem to get from Lore Master and you can't seem to get from the packs and you can't seem to get anywhere else. Hey guys, they're finally giving us extra rewards for doing stuff that we do anyway in PvP. Win a match? Get your reward for that day. Nothing could be sweeter. Now there are a couple more changes to PvP that I'm going to address real quick here. I'm going to get out here in the open a little bit. It's kind of stuffy in there. Need a little bit of room to breathe. There is now it's not putting a stop to it necessarily. Again, it's like the boosting thing. It's kind of just slowing it rather than stopping it altogether. There is now going to be a dispel shield that works in the same way that the stun block shield does. Someone goes to stun you, you get a stun block shield with your stun, so they can't just go ahead and do it right away again. They're doing that now with the dispels, with the dispel spammers, with the dispel spam strat, and now I'm just about betting that's going to tick a lot of balances off. A lot. Because now you'll be able to dispel an opponent, sure, just fine, and they'll be dispelled, but they'll also get a dispel shield with it, which means you can't do it again the next time right away. You'll have to get rid of that dispel shield, and then you can dispel them again, just like stuns work. That is an awesome, awesome thing. Another change they are doing to PvP is they are now changing the turn strategy or the turn method in tournaments. It used to be, as you all know, at the beginning of the turn, everybody picked their cards as to what they were going to do, and if you picked the wrong card, well, you done screwed the pooch, you're out of luck. Now they're going to a turn-based system just for tournaments. So far as I know, it's not for 1v1 ranked or anything like that. They're now going to a system where the first person chooses their cards and does their action, and then the next person chooses their cards and does their action. This is going to help a lot of people who, well, actually, that's going to put a hell of a beeper on dispel spam too. It really is. But this is going to allow you to make corrections and make changes to mount a better defense, so that your defense isn't set in stone and you pretty much have to read the other player's mind. That's how it's working now. It won't be that way so badly now. And that one also, I think, is a great change for PvP. Alright, I'm going to go ahead over now to the next area where the big changes are taking place. And instead of having you watch me walk all the way there, run all the way there, I'm just going to click this off and I will meet you right there. Some of the other changes that have been happening are in the quest log, in your spell books, in your book period. You can go now to your quest log, and up here on the left hand side, I like how it's slowly turning, it's kind of crazy. You can now go to the tutorial tip log. The tutorial tip log will tell you all the things that are said, instead of popping up like that a whole annoying row of tips and statements by NPCs and whatnot like that. They've now streamlined that into this group. All tips, tutorial tips, warning tips, quest tips, and school tips. Now, instead of making that big annoying bar on the side of your screen there, all these NPCs will be categorized and organized and ready to go into this tutorial tip log, which I think is a wonderful, wonderful addition, considering I used to get those all the time, especially if you're a new player or if you've reloaded or come back or whatever else. The first thing that happens whenever you load in is like, and like 50 of those things pop up. And even if you right-click them off, there's 20 more behind it. I really, really like this new system, and I approve of it. As well, quests will be sorted into main quests, as you see here, and side quests. Let me see if I can find a side quest here. I don't know if I even have one in there or not. Yeah, there we go. There's a side quest. The Yardbirds is not marked by a star because it's a side quest. Talk to Gar and Moonstalker. That one is a side quest. Main quests, here we go. Marked with a star. So now you don't have to sort through a bunch of these quests figuring out if it's really something that leads to something or if it's part of the storyline or not. Another beautiful, beautiful addition. Now, while this camera was like panning around while I wasn't paying attention, you probably saw Miss Burke over here. Miss Burke apparently has many, many clones of herself because there's one now in Colossus Boulevard for gobblers. There is now one in Wisteria for pigs. And there is now one in Grizzleheim for treants. We now have new Monstrology to pick up. I will be doing the Monstrology questing and actually going through and picking up that Animus and picking up a couple house guests in one of the side videos for the summer update. I feel that's a big enough amount of material that I can make a full video out of that and show you guys what's up. I will probably be doing that with PvP and fishing as well, but there are a few more changes. I mean, this thing has just gone all kinds of crazy with this update. Used to be a lot of people during Azteca were looking for the potent TCs, and you just couldn't get one as a drop anywhere. They have changed that now to where it is a quest reward for the quest of broken idols. So you don't have to hum, hunt, haw, fight a bunch of things, do a bunch of bad words and cursing and spend a lot of time to get those potent trap treasure cards anymore. That, believe you me, because whenever I first did this, I spent a lot of time for that first potent trap. I was hot. Wrecked. Anyway, that has now been fixed in the crafting. Let's see. Let me think of another one. Okay, peat. Peat is now a craftable item, and you can find it in Grizzleheim if you're needing it for your crafting quests. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me see. There's a few other Crown Shop updates and whatnot like that. They will have some of the Throwback Thursday houses in there now for inspection through the real estate agent like they do with the regular houses. That's an alright one, but it's not really it's alright. You get to see the house at a time. That's basically a sales pitch for them. That's all that is. They updated the Charmer's Mystical Flute that you get as the Sultan's Palace Wand up to the level 10 and 120 versions. They updated the Wild Wing gear in the Aztec and Builders bundle. If you happen to get that Aztec and Builders bundle now, you'll be able to update that gear. Unfortunately, if you already got it, you can't update the gear, which I think is the thing that they should do, is they should put you a little potion or whatever to update gear you've already got. If you wanted to do that, I think that would be a great Crown Shop edition. All right, let's go ahead now and move on to the next bit. Another great new update is they have added fishing at last to Avalon. I kind of wondered what took them so long to do that because Avalon has so much water. But they at last have done it. There's a new fishing quest in Avalon. You have to start here at Lucky Hook Line to get that quest. And to go to Avalon for the fishing quest, you have to have already completed the Dragonspire fishing quest. And you had to have completed the World of Avalon up to the quest A Great Storm Coming. If you have done those things, you will be able to go to Avalon and fish. I'm going to cover more details about this because it is Avalon fishing, because it is a big subject area. I'm going to cover the Avalon fishing in another video in great detail, but that is a general overview. All right, so we have got fishing, we have got PvP, we have got numerous little bug fixes for all the tiny fixes, because I don't really want to list every single bug fix that they've done. It would take maybe a 3-hour video. By all means, I'm going to put the link for the update notes in the description so you guys can check them out for yourself. Until then, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, a good hard smash, as well as subscribe, share, and yell my name to everybody you know, because I would love to see more of you around here. Until next time, this is Skelemystyk reminding you that whatever else you do, always love the game. Peace. Hey, what's up, gamer? Skelemystyk. I am here today with Lucky Hook Line to start the new fishing quest for Avalon Fishing. Now I know, I see it now, I can hear it now. Even though I have headphones on, I can hear it right now. There's a bunch of groaning. People don't like fishing. I hate